Welcome back to the studio. If you're new, I'm SLEW. Also, welcome to the first Sketch With Me video that we're doing. The new sketching series, because I feel like I've been lacking in my drawing abilities and time I'm putting into drawing. So this series, this weekly vlog, is sort of just to help reinvigorate my passion and desire to learn. And drawing is really important. So today my girlfriend's come by. We're gonna set up the studio with some awesome lighting, a nice little set for me to do some live drawing of her beautiful face. Please enjoy. All right, guys, real quick, this is not a sponsorship, but as you know, I've been organizing this workshop in another country, a week journey excursion travel experience where I'll be sort of hosting a trip to draw and make art, and it's really coming along together right now. You know, I've organized a trip to Italy. There's a bunch of info on it. The trip is gonna go live next week on the 14th of October. You could look at the trip description and link with all the itinerary and all the epic stuff. You could also sign up with your email to get notified when the trip goes live because there's only a limited number of spots. It's really amazing, so I would highly recommend go checking that out, signing up for the email if you're remotely interested. This is like a huge sort of experience and effort to get done. Really exciting. So go check out the link, trip to Italy, Florence, Rome, and follow me on Instagram for more information because I'll be updating it throughout this next week about the whole trip and details. Really exciting. Check it out. All right, so we're with my girlfriend, Tori. We're gonna do some drawing, a wonderful model, and we're gonna do 20-minute sessions, sketching. Maybe we'll paint later, but probably not, probably just drawing. And it's not always I get a wonderful live model. Crazy awesome light setup. Key light, right? The room's pretty dark, so there's pretty good shadow here. Rembrandt lighting, pretty generic, wonderful. And then we also have some nice rim light, separating her from the background. Also, it just gives more form, showing that it's a cylindrical, sort of voluminous shape. And so that's like an ideal lighting situation for drawing. So hopefully I can make you look pretty. What do you think? Are you excited?
Try, yeah.
The people want to know what you want to say, have to say.
Have to say about what, you?
No, this whole experience.
I'm excited. I'm nervous to sit still for so long.
No, you don't have to be still. Oh, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to get a shot from exactly where I'm looking at for you so they can see, because this angle over here is not exactly what I'm seeing.
Yeah.
So let me do that right now, actually. You're going to basically be looking straight.
Yep.
So that's basically what I'm looking at. And we'll just hold this for a few seconds so I can put this on a loop so every time I refer back. Ooh, this is wonderful. All right, we have a timer, so we're gonna put in, start with 15 minutes. Do a 15-minute warm-up sketch. Maybe I'll do a few.
And I can't talk?
No, you could, well, once we start in recording, we could like play music and talk, but I have my little drawing set up. Maybe you could just see from here better. I'm basically gonna be warming up with just willow charcoal, which is like very finicky and like not super great to draw long drawings with, but for like warming up and just quick sketching, like trying to just get something on, we're gonna use willow charcoal, and that's literally it. So we'll see how that goes. Willow charcoal is awesome. I've been using it a lot recently, especially for like warm-ups. You can't really get rendered detail. I mean, it's like a simplified drawing tool, but for warm-ups and getting things down, it's terrific. It, you know, you could wipe it away, and it's just a great little tool that I really enjoy using. All right.
Clear. Oh.
What do you think?
I like it.
Not bad for 15 minutes.
Yes, yes.
But clearly a little out of practice, but cool.
A little nose bump. I like it.
You have a nose bump.
I know I have a nose bump. Imagine if I had no idea.
No, yeah, so that's like, it's hard. You have to like, faces are generic, like eyes, nose, mouth, right? But
Yes.
what are the little, tiny little shapes that differentiate to find a likeness? So I don't think it looks necessarily like you. I don't know, is your chin too short?
I'm not sure. I feel like my face is like a little bit wider.
Yeah, that's what I think. That's what I was struggling with. So I could push
But
this.
the eyes look like mine.
Well, the eyes are very, let's look at the photo.
Eyes could be bigger. Definitely a different shape.
Yeah, well, they're hardly in, but also your lips, yeah, you got.
Yeah.
I didn't really get to them.
Can fix it.
Not bad for session 1. 10 more to go.
Yay.
All right. We are doing an hour drawing, so 3 sessions of 20 minutes. I'm gonna change out all of this because I want to use different utensils, but do I? You're riding high in April, shot down in May.
Don't do that.
You can do that. So this is just a standard, you know, lead HB. We also got an 8B. And I also might use this, which I forgot what it's called, but it squishes the stuff around. It's kind of fun. Anyways, we got 3 20-minute sessions. So how to actually start the portrait? You know, there's a lot of different ways, and I've kind of blended different strategies. I usually try to start with like some sort of circle, oval, but I use different techniques every time. And especially like, you know, drawing from a picture versus drawing from a human, you're not as close. You really have to use your eye to look, you know, out into the distance. You know, I'm standing probably 6-10 feet away from Tori here, so it's a little different. She's moving constantly a little. It's just a different experience, and I think it's harder but more important. But, you know, generally starting, you just want to find some angles, find simple things, find the distance between the eyes, nose, and mouth. Use plumb lines, and clearly here, I sort of mega fail at that. This is what we got in the first 20 minutes. It's not great at all, especially now that we're taking a break and I'm looking. It is horribly not looking like her. And I think it's one of my issues I always deal with is I make these features, eyes, nose, mouth, too big within the frame that I make. And so I think the eyes and nose are like look nice. It's just I have to make the head way bigger and like just make it a lot bigger. So that's what we're gonna deal with. Hopefully I can figure that out in like 10 minutes and then we can move on to putting some value in. So I clearly have so much trouble. I mean, this is like the story of my sort of drawing practice. I have experience with drawing and like I can do a portrait and I can find a likeness, but I can't do it like the first time. My observing skills are, you know, strong enough, and my draftsmanship is strong enough to eventually fix all of my issues to achieve some sort of likeness in a successful portrait. But it's like the process always starts with sort of putting something down that's like incorrect or unsuccessful, right? So it's pretty funny how that always works. And, you know, I think that's just in terms of me not practicing enough, and I need to work on finding the proportions and the placement of all these, you know, features correctly the first time, and that's just practice. But it also speaks to my observing skills, and maybe, you know, in each 20-minute session, I'm observing something that I think is right, you know, from my eyes to my hand onto the paper, and then you step away the next session and you find out that that's actually not correct, or, you know, you were pretty off. So it's interesting. Last session, I'm finally getting closer and closer. It's amazing how little, you know, just this is what drawing is, but in person, her moving a little, me missing. I love millimeter lines, just change the likeness so much. It's wonderful. How are you doing?
Good.
She's so bored. It's hard. It's harder than it looks sitting, right?
Yes.
Still.
I'm having an out-of-body experience.
Yeah, I know. With the light blasting on you, I understand. I've done it a couple times, but last one.
Okay.
And maybe I'll work on this after the hour because it's kind of, I just want to keep ripping it.
Okay.
So I'm pretty happy with the placement and everything, the you know, the chicken wire outline, and I'm committing now to sort of putting a heavier hand with the pencil, filling in value, you know, really trying to mold and give the illusion of dimensionality onto this face. And I, again, committed, so everything is kind of getting filled in, being more permanent. You could obviously still erase anything, but I didn't even realize, because again, I was so close to this painting in terms of thinking I was right. There's a horn in the background because we're recording this in Brooklyn, this voiceover, but this right eye towards left is pretty wonked out, and I was pretty happy with how it was going. But then she came and was like, wow, look at how messed up this eye was. And even me stepping back, I was like, you know what, you're right, I didn't even realize that. And so that's just interesting, like a greenhorn eye, or just like an observing eye that wasn't going through the process of manufacturing this portrait. They can obviously tell when something's wrong, whereas me, the creator, I've been so close to it the whole process, you know, I couldn't really see that it was, you know, kind of bugged out. I mean, I should have, and I did, but not as much as I guess should have. And we're fixing it. So this is after the 3 20-minute sessions. Tori's gone, and I was like, all right, I have to fix this. I was really happy with how it was going and just having a blast. So I was like, you know, we're going to fix this. We're going to render this out a little more. So I think I spent, you know, a solid 30 or 40 minutes post the hour with Tori modeling, and I'm just looking at a photo that I took of my exact angle to refer. And I really like using that blending smudge thing, because it kind of gives a nice, you know, gives some nice texture. And I really want to emphasize this rim light because it's such a wonderful element, and just add some things here. And I'm really happy with this. You know, I think the eye looks a lot better. I brought a lot of good value to this, and I think this is actually a really strong drawing for me. I don't, you know, often like praise or pat myself on the back, but I was really happy with this. I thought it was a fun time live drawing, and I think in the end it was a, you know, a really strong drawing of mine, like 2 hours total. So hopefully you enjoyed. Hopefully you guys are drawing and you're gonna follow this new Sketch With Me series, because I got a bunch of content coming out. Really exciting. See you guys in the next video.